Let's try this again. Can you hear me on Instagram?
You are on? You're on now?
Mm-hmm. Hello? You hear me? Really?
Oh, I hear you now. It's
Oh.
just like delayed, I guess.
I'm like, you don't hear me? Oh, okay. Cool. All right, hold on. Oh, shoot, I could add you on a moderator on here, too. Got you. I'll put you on Instagram.
Hi.
Ooh.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? It always changes, like the camera once
What's
you.
going on? ¿Cómo está?
Hi. I'm so excited. Muy
Ay,
bien,
aquí
¿y tú?
tranquila. No,
Listen, are you
I'm
in
in Houston
DR?
right now. Yeah,
Or
I'm in Houston
are
at the
you in
moment.
Houston? Oh, Houston is
Or
a
I
fucking
be,
vibe,
I got here
yo.
not too long ago, so I'm everywhere.
You everywhere, you everywhere. Oh, aggressive. I want you to turn on this live. Yes, I love
I'm
it.
literally everywhere.
Turn it
So what's
down.
going on, girlie? Dime.
Nothing much. Happy Friday. You drinking something? You sipping on something? Get the water. Water? It's a
I
Friday night. It is a
I do.
Friday night.
I
What's
don't
up
know.
with that?
I'm trying to bless a bitch been drinking. Okay? I've been I've been sipping on
Mm.
my sipping. A bitch, my liver is probably damn near gone.
Oh, listen. I guess now is the time to kind of detox because the summer's coming, the weather's
Hmm.
starting to get nice. So you're like, listen,
Yup.
let me
And
get
it's
it together
crazy because
now.
I'm
So like that when summer comes,
absolutely, and I'm
you're going
starting my
in.
detox. So I'm really trying to stay away from, liquor for now. For now.
Yeah. All right, I hear that. Let me just I'm just sending the live out to people. Then we're gonna get into the shits because I got something planned for
Oh,
you.
okay.
And that's about
All
to get
right.
crazy. First things first, someone that I
Hmm.
know put me on to you. Um, yeah. So I was like, oh shit, like that's my vibe. Like she talking that shit. I like to talk. I gotta collab with her somehow. Like we gotta
Hmm.
link up. Something's gotta give. So first things first, I appreciate you for accepting the collab to be on live because I know you're busy and I know how DMs get crazy because
And
of the
you're
content.
crazy.
Because listen, yeah, but I love the content. I love the vibe. So for sure, I know this was gonna be. It was gonna be a whole nice live and shit. So just tell the people where you from, what's your name. Yo sé que tú eres dominicana. So what's good? Tell the people just
So,
a little
for
bit
those
about
who are
yourself.
joined, who have joined us, if you don't know me by now, my name is Sue. That's my actual name. I know a Dominican named Sue is heard of. Se fue mi papá. Fucking total. I don't know. Anyway, so my name is Sue. I was born and raised in New York, representing Dykeman to the death of me, and
Woo
currently
woo.
reside in Cleveland. Um, mm, I don't like it, but
That's very
well,
random,
I
Cleveland.
took up a job last year. I took up a promotion last year, and so I had to move to Cleveland
Hmm.
in order for me to take the job. So yeah, so it was like it
Okay.
was a give and a take. Great job, great pay, sucky ass place. But yeah, I have a podcast. It's called Unrobing, and you can find me on Instagram and on YouTube. And I talk about sex, relationships, and I just want people to understand that I don't only just talk about sex. I talk about anything and everything that revolves around that particular topic. I even talk about mental health. emotional
Mm-hmm.
health. You know what I mean? Because that all comes with it, like trauma and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Absolutely.
And I'm in aviation, so that's why I'm always somewhere that's not home. And yeah, that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much it. Like, I'm just a boring little old person that just likes to talk shit. That's it.
Yeah. All right. So the guys that don't know me, you guys that are watching, I am Haydee Baby. I am one half of the Ladies Pitch podcast. And just like Sue here, we talk about a little bit of everything: sex, dating after 30, trauma, mental health. Like we sprinkle a little bit of everything because, like you said,
Mhm.
it all correlates together some way, somehow. So we've been potting for the past 3 years. I'm from New York. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm a Pisces. Yeah, so if you guys have any question for myself or for Sue, I strongly suggest that you guys use the question box that's somewhere down below, whatever. So like that we don't miss it in the comments. If you guys have any questions. So we're gonna start it off like this, Sue. So I have some
Okay.
icebreaker questions for you. Okay, honey boo. I got some icebreaker questions. So you're gonna go, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna tag in, and I'm gonna go.
I'm
Okay.
ready.
So I'll answer it too with you. Okay. So the number one question I have is what is number one on your sex bucket list? The number one thing that you'd like to try
I
on
want to
your sex
peg
bucket list.
somebody. I do.
Is there a reason
So my
why?
favorite genre in a porn, beside, well, I got two favorites.
Mm-hmm.
My first is gangbang. I love watching a good gangbang, but I love gay porn. It just turns me on, and I just want to
Mm.
peg a guy. I just think it's so, I don't know. I think it's sexy. But anyway, that's just me.
Have you ever been close to? Like, have you had a guy
Yo,
agree
I
to
have
it? But
people begging me, like, I have people begging me, okay? But unfortunately, it's always,
mm-hmm.
it's always guys that are just like so far away. So never really, and then I feel so
uh,
much, and I just don't really have the time for it. You know what I mean? But one
mm-hmm.
before I die, one day.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've never paired the guy. It's not one of like I'm not like I won't say that
Hmm.
I won't try it because I can't say I don't like it. I'm the type of person I can't say
Hmm.
I don't like it if I've never tried it. So, but I guess I've never I've never
That,
really met a guy or have been with a guy that has completely said yes to it. They'll say to just like yes to
right.
like a tongue in the ass or like you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, like a little finger, but they won't, they the whole pegging thing, like
I
they've never really
know, stuff
agreed
like
to
that
it,
is obviously not for everybody. There are guys like, oh my God, no, never. And it's fine. It is fine. I'm not out here,
Yeah.
trying to fucking shove something like that down somebody's throat. Like, no. But yeah,
Hmm.
I'm different when it comes to
My co-host is in the comments, Dory. She said I don't like it. I know she's tried it. So she's there in the comments saying
right.
she doesn't like it.
So
Yeah,
she tried it
if
on
you guys want to know her story, you
somebody,
guys can
or
listen to the pod.
she personally tried anal.
No, no,
Ooh,
she pegged
ooh.
someone.
Oh,
She pegged
alrighty then.
someone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She
Okay.
pegged someone. So I see there's a question in the question box, and once I ask her the icebreaker questions, I'm gonna get to the. I do see the question in the box, so just give me a few minutes. My number one thing on my sex bucket list that I have not tried that I would like to try is having an orgy, either an all girl or like a mix of men
I've
and
been
women.
in one before, many, 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 many moons ago.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's dope. I feel like people don't understand, and this is why I love to talk about, sex, and I love to talk about things that are very taboo, because I feel
Hmm.
like lots of times, because we're living in a very judgmental world, we're not able, not we, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck, but a lot of people are not really able to just be themselves sexually, including men. And I'm not talking about no gay shit, I'm talking about just liking certain things. You know what I mean? Like we're condemned, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And it's kind of like, oh, like she's a hoe or she wants this and she's or he, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, my nigga, like let me
Yeah.
like what I like and you know what I'm saying? Just like for me, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if I'm with a man and him and I are doing whatever it is that we're doing, behind closed doors, is our fucking business. But an orgy, you need to try it.
Exactly.
You need to try it to be
Yeah,
so.
let's see. Let's see. I actually got like
Mhm,
4 people to agree to it, but it was more of like
mhm.
2 of them were out of state. It was just so hard. The link up was so difficult. And it was just like, oh, okay, whatever. And I think one of them kind of got like she was scared because she had
Mhm.
never even had like a threesome. So, I
Well,
think she got a little scared and she
have
was
you
just like, oh,
been to
I
a
don't
play
know.
party?
So, I actually was going to attend
Hmm.
one maybe like 2 months ago. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Susia
I've heard of.
NYC. I
I
don't know
think
if you've
I
heard of
follow
them.
them.
Yes, yes, I follow them too. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Maybe this summer will be like, I'll be back outside because in the winter I was kind of like
Oh,
indoors
I'm gonna
and
be
not doing
outside this
shit. So
summer.
yeah, so this
Oh,
summer, this summer will be my vibe, and maybe I'll have an update in the next live. I'll be like, oh yeah, I got to finally check that off
okay.
my bucket list. So let's see.
Hmm.
Yeah, all right. So
Okay,
question
okay,
number two.
right.
if your last ex, if your last ex was a sex position, what position would he or she be?
Uh,
Hmm.
hey Manny. Um, mm, if my if my ex,
Hey y'all,
wait,
whoever's
okay, when you
joining us
say
now.
ex, meaning the last
If
relationship I was in, or just the last person I was fucking?
listen, that's all on you. That's subjective. So whatever you consider a relationship, that might have
Okay.
been a situationship,
Oh
whatever.
man.
What sex position would they be? Hmm.
Fuck
Somebody
up.
tell
All
them,
right,
Manny.
Manny. Manny, what position would you be since I've had sex with you, you sir? Um,
What
Manny,
position do you
what
consider yourself?
position, Manny? What position would you be if I had an? I would. Mm, I don't know. I don't think sex positions are. I don't think there are really good names out there. Um, doggy. Let's go with
Okay.
doggy. Let's go with
Is
doggy.
that your favorite? Is that your favorite position?
You want to know something? My favorite position is actually just regular.
Missionary?
Thank you.
Missionary?
And the only
No,
reason I
but missionary hits.
listen to me though, the only reason I pick missionary is because to me, I get all of the dick. So if he's on top of me, my
Mm-hmm.
legs is damn near back of my head, and especially if he's choking me while he's fucking me, a little spit in my mouth. Do you know the shit that you can do when you're a missionary?
But see, that's good missionary though. That's not like vanilla missionary where it's just like 6 humps and it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no. That's good missionary, like yo, toes in the mouth, spit, like you know what I'm saying? But because I was gonna say, if I had to pick a sex position for my ex actual relationship, I was gonna say
Mm-hmm.
missionary, but it's more like the vanilla missionary.
Mm. I don't do
Yeah.
vanilla.
Yeah. Like the no eye contact.
Oh, that's
Mm,
sad.
yeah. Yeah. It's just
Um,
hmm
call you later.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's I don't do vanilla sex. I don't do vanilla men. I don't even like to associate myself like relationship wise with men that are just not open minded.
I agree.
Yeah, I can't do it. I
What
can't
sign are
because they
you?
won't understand Aquarius.
Aquarius?
Hmm.
Okay.
You got to be open-minded. Fucking with me, you got to be open-minded. Like, don't get
I
me wrong.
agree.
It's not like I'm gonna put you on to everything that I like, obviously, because to each his own. But
Hmm.
me personally, because I know that I'm different, I want to be able to be with someone that I know I can be vulnerable and comfortable with. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So they got to be open-minded.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that because I told you that I like one of the videos that you posted. So
Okay.
we which circles around that. So we're gonna get into that. All right. So the last icebreaker question. What are 5 things that you hate about dating?
5 things that I hate about dating.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Having to get to know someone all over again. The question game. That's the first one. That
What's your
shit works the
favorite
nerve.
color?
Yeah, the interview questions.
Oh,
The
brother.
interview questions like um the inconsistencies. Um what else I don't like dating at all, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Um oh, what don't I like? What don't I like? Yeah, it's mainly the having to get to know the person all over again. Um,
Yeah.
it's a fucking headache. The inconsistencies, the lack of communication, having to having to once again and kind of sort of put your guard down in order for you to allow yourself to allow someone
Mm-hmm.
to learn. You know what I mean? It can be very tedious.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you. For me, the inconsistency, it's the yeah, uh, it's just the whole of like having to like not really know, I guess. For me, it's like not really knowing, like you can go on 3 dates with someone and that can literally just be like they'll ghost you from one day to the next. Like I just hate
Chop.
having to like deal with shit like that. Like, oh
Yep.
God, you thought it was going great, but then somehow they weren't feeling it, or they just I don't know what they were thinking, but it's like after 3 amazing days, like all of a sudden you don't hear from them anymore. Or
Yep.
and
Yep.
it's gonna sound toxic, the whole like, you text them and they take 7 hours to get back to you, like, and then you're not even like you don't even have
Let me tell you
you don't even
something.
have the right to ask like, yo, why you took 7 hours to respond to me, bro?
This
Like, what's going on?
shit will make you or break you, my friend. Like, oh
Yo,
my God.
that ass, because I be wanting to say something so bad, like, you was with your wife,
See,
like, what's going on? What you doing?
I'm a little bit, yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. It comes with the lack of communication. I feel, now, don't get me wrong. We all have a life. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
trying to up underneath you or whatever the case is, but it's all about communication, especially if you're actually interested in someone. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of people really don't put too much of an effort. And it's either that or they just, dating too many people where they really can't try to, they really don't find it. That's why I can't date multiple people at the same time. I can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't, it's just not in me. I can't afford, like, mentally, I can't afford to get to know you and then get to know that person and then, no, 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 no.
Mm-hmm. It's
I ain't got
a
it.
lot.
Yeah.
To hurt you, bro. Fellas, what's good? New relationships or dating should come with a resume per person. It also needs a cover letter.
I wish. But
I
then
want to know it
again,
all.
but then again, just like a regular job. Do you know how many people that I've interviewed had amazing resumes and were shitty ass workers?
Mm-hmm.
So that won't work. That won't work
Right,
either.
because the resume is just going to show you, the experience
You're
you
good
have.
paper.
But yeah, it's going to just show like the good qualities. You ain't going to tell anybody up front, like, listen, I'm emotionally unavailable. Like, I don't like to do this. I don't like to do that. Like, I'm a horrible communicator. No one ever says those things up
At all.
front. Like, it's very rare. It's very rare the men that are like open and honest and say, like, listen, I don't want this, I don't want that. Like, so you know what you're getting into. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Or like, it's like with me, it's been in situations, when you're getting to know someone and they're like, yeah, I'm open to this I'm open to that, like, you know, and then all of a sudden is they have a whole other family or some shit, and it's like, wait, what? Like, what just happened? You know what I
Or
mean? Like, how did I miss the signs? You know? But
yep, that is
it is what it
true.
is. All right, let me get to some of the questions that's let's see how they put in the box. Jay, what's good? I didn't have time for the game shit, bro. I needed to get back to bases out the way immediately. Yo, for
Okay,
real. Okay. Oh, we got a bunch of questions here. All
okay.
right.
Ask away.
All right. So when it comes to running a red light, do some women want it at that time? I'll let you answer first.
You when it comes to running a red light, do some women want it at the time? I do. Now, not with everybody. If I'm not really fucking with you heavy like that, if you and I are not having sex like regularly, or we're like not using a condom and stuff like that, like nah. Like I'm not just gonna have sex like that with someone that I'm just like fucking or whatever the case may be. But I've had
Mm-hmm.
sex. I've had sex on my I ran the red light. That shit feels great to me.
You know why? Because you're so horny during your period. Like,
Oh, for
it's like a
real.
mixture. It's a mixture of cramps. It's a mixture of like horniness.
Yep.
I get like really horny like after
But
and
did you know
during.
that did you know that when you have your period, when a woman has their period and you come, your period lasts less because you're pushing
Mm-hmm.
it out. So yeah, yep, I sure the fuck will.
And it also relieves cramps
Oh hell yeah.
as well. It also relieves cramps. Yeah. I've done it. It's not something that I do often. You know, like you said, it has to be somebody that I'm comfortable with. If he's down with it, then cool. I mean, I don't really mind waiting, but
Hmm.
sometimes like just the horniness just overpowers, and you're just like, all right, so you do that bullshit like, but I'm on the last day, like it's really light.
Yes.
It's really, and then all of a sudden they bring that shit back down, and then it's over.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not something like regularly. Even if I was fucking with someone heavy or in a relationship, it's not something that I
Hmm.
do every month or whatever the case is. Like it's something like it's got to be. I don't know. I've got to really, really be like.
Hmm.
Other than that, I don't mind it.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
Next one. What kinks do you think are appropriate to shame? Why would you want to
Say it.
shame anybody's kinks?
What was the question?
But what kinks do you think are appropriate to shame?
I don't shame anybody's kinks.
Hmm.
Yeah, why would I? I mean, no. I mean, you do have people that are into kink shaming, like for themselves, and that like to be talked down to. But I wouldn't shame anybody. I mean, you do what makes you happy. That's just me. I could care less.
Yeah, same
Now, if
here.
if you out here eating shit, I might just
Yo, can you please get out of my head?
I might just, talk about you a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. If you're out here eating shit, I'm
Right.
gonna talk about
I was gonna rephrase it. I was gonna rephrase it. I'm like, I wouldn't say that I kink shame, but I
it.
kind of like there are some that I just don't understand. And that's
Right. Yeah.
one of them. Like I forgot, it's called scat, I think. I think it's called scat,
Yeah.
like when you shit on someone or like I just don't get it. Like I promise
Yeah.
you, and this is probably TMI. Like I'm really random. So at times I'm like I've gone to the bathroom. I'm like, I can't believe that some people actually like this shit. Like somebody in the world would pay me to watch me doing this right now. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Or
Yeah.
want you to like
I
shit on them. It's I don't know.
draw
It's
the line.
crazy.
I'm not. I ain't getting shitted on for nobody. Do you hear me? Nobody. Y'all can have that.
Oh, I know they're wild for it. They are wild out there. Have you ever had, okay, so have you ever had a man ask you to shit on him or anything? Or even like piss? Have you tried that? Golden showers?
Yeah, I've pissed on a guy before, and yes, I had one guy. He asked me to he asked me to shit on him, like he was begging for it, and I was like, "You need therapy, you know, because mm, 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 mm. I just
Yeah,
I
I don't get it either. I don't know. It's just
psychologically,
one of those things. Right. Like I want to
yeah,
know like what's the psychological, like what the psychology behind it. Like why do you like because it literally turns them on.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Nah.
So yeah, guys. So it's not like we'll shame any kinks, but there are just some that we just don't understand, just don't get it.
Mm.
Okay, so this one had me dying though. Hold up. When does the condom come off?
That's a good question, actually. So you have to understand that you're grown, right? Um, and everybody is different, and you have times when you meet people and you guys are just really so turned on that you guys probably end up fucking the same day without a condom.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a case to case basis. And I feel like it also has to deal with, if the person, both the guy and the girl, are comfortable with that. Like me, I have my chart. I have my chart. So
Mm-hmm. Me too.
if a guy wants to see my test results and stuff like that, I have it
You
on my
could pull it
phone.
up.
You know what I'm saying? Just like you would want to see his. Um, but I don't know. I mean, it's all a matter of comfortability, and that's just it. The person just has to be comfortable. Again, we're in an era where you're fucking grown. So if you meet somebody and you guys off the bat just don't wear a condom, then you guys are not wearing a condom. But obviously just make sure, I always say, make sure that you guys check yourselves. If you know you're out here fucking without a condom, especially from
Mm-hmm.
the bat, go get checked.
For
Go
sure.
get checked. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this is a topic that a lot of people do not discuss. I feel like a lot of people are meeting each other and fucking without a condom and everything, which is fine, but no one is really setting the time to take care of themselves and getting themselves checked out.
Yep.
And a lot of women and men too, just because your pussy and your dick ain't itching, don't mean that your ass
Yep.
ain't
You
got
ain't
some.
got anything. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like
Yeah.
it's it's your responsibility, both the man and the woman, to take care of themselves and get checked out. But it's all about comfortability. So that's my thing.
For sure. I've worked in healthcare for years, and I can tell you the stories of the people that have come in to the ER, like side chicks coming in with their side dude, and just anxious just to get tested. Like wife coming in with her husband because she caught something because he was fucking around. Like just young people. I'm talking about teenagers, grown adults, like older adults, like all types of shit. So it's important. And I always try to like tell myself and even like tell my homegirls or whatever, or my younger brother, like, listen, just because they tell you that you're the only one, like that doesn't mean shit because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like they over here raw dogging this person and that person and that person. And, you might be the one that's, just having sex with that one person, but they're out there having sex with a bunch of other people. And then,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? It's super irresponsible. It's unfair to everyone involved. Like, it's crazy. So, and if you're a person that's, and I always say this too, in the last recording, I stressed it. Like, if you are a person that you are having sex with numerous people the same
Mm-hmm.
time, you should definitely begin tested like every 6 months. Every 3 to 6 months, you should definitely begin tested,
Mm-hmm.
especially if not using a condom, for sure.
I
Hmm.
say that shit all the time. But like I said, we're all grown. You do what you want, but just be careful and be safe about it.
Yeah, that's it. You can do whatever you want. You can try whatever you want. Just be open and honest, communicate, and just be safe. So to answer the question, when does the condom come off? Once those test results are shown, and I see that you good, we good. There we
And
go.
that's it. That's it.
And that's it. All right. how many casual sex meetups can happen before you end up in a relationship?
Again, it comes with comfortable.
Yo,
My whole
I
thing is
can't.
when it comes to stuff like that, it doesn't have a timetable. You have people that meet today and are in a relationship in a couple of days. I remember my very last actual relationship was 10 years ago, and we literally met each other, had sex the
Mm-hmm.
same day, right? We definitely had sex the same day, didn't use a condom, and we literally saw each other for 2 weeks. On the second week, he was like, yo, I'm not letting you go. I don't want you fucking with anybody else. He goes, I'm not with anybody. You're not with
Mm-hmm.
anybody. So let's try to make this work. And we did. We were in a relationship 2 weeks later after we met. So,
Mm-hmm.
to each his own. It all depends on, like I said, just, are you guys compatible? Um, it, it all depends. So there's not really a timeline.
Has it
And
ever
also,
happened to you? Mm-hmm.
well, oh no, I was gonna say it also depends on the person's emotional availability.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Hmm. I
Has it
suppose.
ever happened to you where you meet someone like that? Like you said, you meet, you have sex the first day or whatever, and they're open minded to so many things, but then once you guys get in the relationship, it kind of just like they kind of start restricting things that they're willing to try with you. Has that ever happened to you?
Um, no. Mm-mm. So when it comes to a relationship, I haven't been in an actual like boyfriend girlfriend relationship in like years. It's been like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Have I dated, you know what I'm saying, or even tried to be exclusive? Yeah, but no, I feel like that hasn't happened to me, and I'm glad it hasn't happened to me because
Mm-hmm.
if I were to be ever in that situation, I feel like you're taking away my sexual liberation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you met me, you knew I was a freak, and
Mm-hmm.
now all of a sudden, nah.
You trying to
You was
change that now.
like you ate my ass when you first met me, and now all of a sudden you want to eat my ass because of what? No, 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 no,
But it happens. And this is conversations I've had also on the pod. Like, there are guys that, in relationships, that there are a lot of things that they won't try because
no.
you're their
Hmm.
girlfriend. Like, oh, I don't do those things. I've had a guy be like, I don't have threesomes with you because you're my girlfriend. And those are not things that you do with a girlfriend. Those are things you do with like a hoe. And I'm like,
That is
I'm trying to be your hoe. I want to be the hoe right now. Like, let's role
you.
play. I want to be the dirty hoe right now.
Thank you. And that's all it is. It's like, yeah, don't restrict me after we get into a relationship because at the end of the day, dude, if you can't be if you can't be vulnerable and fucking open with me sexually, then who the fuck you gonna be open sexually with? A
Mm-hmm.
hole that you to? Like I don't under and you I never understood that. I never understood why men are willing to slut a bitch that they gotta pay. Like they're gonna go, you know what I'm saying? Like either a side bitch or an actual like,
I don't get
prostitute.
it.
And the chick is willing to do these things for him. Like I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I never understood it. I used to ask him all the time, like, but what do you mean by that? Like, but why? And he would actually like shame me for it and stuff like that. Like, it used to just be so crazy. And unfortunately, like, it drove me to cheat because it's like, okay, you won't do it. There's somebody else that's going to do it and is going to do all of it. So, eventually. And the thing is that he met me like that. Like, he met me knowing that, like, there was things that I was very open-minded to that I wanted to try. Who better than your
Mm-hmm.
own partner to try these things with?
Exactly.
And he would just block everything. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
this
I
ain't gonna
don't.
last too long.
It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So, at what point do you think one's preferences actually turns to fetishizing? Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Good.
I think when it turns into like a fetish is when the person can no longer like get turned on. You know what I'm like? They can't get turned on unless that specific thing is done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at that point it's like a fetish because the kink is a kink, you know. But when someone has a fetish, I think that's the difference between a fetish and a kink. A fetish, like you need it to be done in order for you to like perform,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. So at that point, let's just say like, um, you know, your girl, your guy likes to have porn on while you guys have sex, and he, you
Mm-hmm.
know, they perform great, and then at some point they can't even perform without the porn being on. So at that point, it's become like a fetish, like it's needed in
Mm-hmm.
order to sexually perform.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
I don't think I have a fetish though. That's crazy. Do you have a fetish?
Um, damn, I don't, because there's not anything that I specifically need. There might be things that I strongly want, but I'm
Right.
able to perform if I don't have it. So I don't know. I have a really really strong like love and lust for like watching. So I love to watch.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm a
I
voyeur. Yeah.
voyeur. I love to
Like if
watch. I will sit
all
there.
my
I
friends would let me watch them have sex, like I will watch them have sex. Like I don't even have to do anything. I just want to be in the room. Like I just want to see it. You know?
You are funny. You sound like one she's like that. She just she just be watching. She be like, like
Yeah.
she just be there like, oh
And
yeah,
I
but I'm
like to be
definitely
watched too. I like to be watched too, but I like to watch. So like in the threesome, of
mhm.
course, like the whole threesome turns me on, but the what turns me on the most is actually watching them too.
That
Getting
is
on. So, and I like to be the teacher, like, oh, do this and do
yo
that. Like, I'm over here instructing them to do things.
yo. That's so me. Like even
Mm-hmm.
with guys that I'll be okay, let's have a threesome. When we have a threesome, they be like, join. And I'm like, man, let me watch. Like, goddamn, like relax. Like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, that's like me. That's a kink. That's one of my kinks. Like I
Mm-hmm.
love to watch the guy that I'm with. I love to watch I love watching him have sex. That
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's my thing. Ah.
So are you usually the one that plans it? Like if you decide you're
More
gonna have a threesome with a guy you fucking with, is it like you?
yeah, yeah, more than likely. More than likely I'm the one that really kind of like I'm the mastermind behind certain shit.
That's
Hell
so mean. Even that turns me on. Like just be like even introducing them, like you know, oh this person, like introducing them, having them meet. Sometimes like just like if we have like a group chat or whatever, like I just want them to like talk to one another.
yeah.
Like text one another and sex one another. And I'm just like reading it like, oh my God, look at my work. Like, look
Yeah,
at these two nasty asses.
but yeah, like definitely. I think most threesomes that I've ever had, I've been the mastermind behind it.
Yeah.
I've been one to initiate it, the one to ask for it, um, because I want to see my nigga get his dick sucked, and it's just that simple.
Yeah. Right? Like
Hmm.
we like people that don't get it, they can't understand because for us, we're just like, yo, I don't know. It's just so great. Like I can't even put it into words.
And then
But I
people,
love it.
a lot of women will be like, why? Like, why do you like sharing your man? And I'm like, first of all,
Yeah.
that is number one,
Hmm.
okay? And number two, I just like it. It turns me on to see my guy getting him being satisfied by somebody else and me watching and being there. That shit,
Hmm.
that shit turns me on. Man,
Hmm.
listen, that shit is
I've had
fire.
I've had women like ask me for advice as far as like, oh, like I want to have a threesome with my man. Like, what do you advise or whatever? And I always
Mhm.
make sure that I tell them like, make sure you do it for you. Don't
Absolutely,
do it because you're trying to keep him or he wants to do it, but you really don't like it. If you don't like women, it's not going to be for you. Now, if you're
absolutely.
curious, I think that if you're curious, you should start off with just like it being you and another woman, and see if you actually like it. Because the threesome is not like the time for you to figure out if women is what you really want. Eating pussy is really what you want to do. Because you in the threesome, you eating pussy too. This you ain't no pillow princess.
You listen.
Ain't no
Oh,
pillow
okay.
princess.
I did my rant about that shit. If you want to fuck my nigga, you fucking me. I'm sitting on your face. I don't care if you die, bitch. You eat some. Now, I'm serious. I don't play that shit. I don't do the whole.
Yeah.
No, no. If we're having a threesome, everybody getting fucked. Everybody sucking dick.
Everybody.
Everybody eating pussy. This is a collective energy.
Yeah. Teamwork. Teamwork. This is teamwork.
Work, make the dream work, bitch. For
Yeah, but I
real.
always say, like, make sure that you like women. Make sure you're ready for it, because you're doing it just to please your man and you're really not into women. Like, there have been threesome stories gone wrong. Like, women have flipped out. They've attacked the other woman because they saw her on their
Oh,
man's dick and they're like, oh shit, I really don't like this. So make sure that it's for you, because
I've definitely heard like horror stories,
yeah.
and but you see, but the thing is that I feel like a lot of times people get into threesomes because of one particular partner, right?
Yeah.
And not really do it because they want to do it. Or a lot of men get into threesomes with bitches that are either they're currently fucking on the side, or you know what I'm saying? It'd be some sneaky shit, or bitches that are already fucked with, and it's just like, come on now, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Hells yeah. Hells yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I knew, oh my God. They're actually in a throuple relationship right now, and they've been together, ooh, 5+ years, the three of them. So
Mhm.
this girl started fucking the guy. She worked
Mhm.
with him. They met at work. They started fucking. He was married. He never told her he was married. Then after some time, he opened up. He was honest, and he was like, "Listen, I'm married, boom, 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 whatever." Like, she was mad, but she kept fucking with him. Like, she was in too deep at this point with him. So
Mhm.
what happened? So he ended up inviting her over to his house. He was like, "I'm having a family barbecue. Like, come through." She was like, "You're bugging. Like, your wife is gonna be there." He was like, "Yo, trust me, she's good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Whatever." Long story short, she ended up going. I think it was like a whole scheme that he had with his wife to get a girl. They ended
Mhm.
up having their first threesome, but it was always in the dark. Like, the wife never knew that my friend and her husband were actually had been fucking for a whole year
Okay.
prior to the
Okay. So
threesome.
one new.
Yeah, she never knew. So they just ended up really hitting it off. And believe it or not, like, they're still together. It's been more than 5 years that they've been together, but it hasn't been easy. She's told me there's been a lot of like insecurity on his part. At some
Mhm.
point, he thought that like his wife wanted my friend and they were trying to get him out the picture. Like, it's not all peaches and cream. There's been a lot of arguments, a lot of fighting. Yeah, from his part, like he's the one that be tripping, which is crazy.
That
But
jealousy will always get to you.
yup, yup, for sure. All right, so I don't think there's any more questions here. Let me double check before. Mm-mm. Oh, someone wants to know, it's for you. Do you plan on staying in Cleveland for a long time?
Mm. Mm-mm. Let me tell you something, my love. This year alone, I've probably been in Cleveland maybe 3.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not Sadia. Yeah, I'm not staying in. I no, I do not plan on living for the rest of my life. I'm currently trying to move back down. So that's a fuck no.
I saw your face immediately, like, Cleveland. Mm-mm, like, I ain't gonna be
It
here
is
for
fuck
too long. Nah, I'm not.
trash. That's not for me. Mm-mm.
That's why I was so shocked. I was like, "You, Cleveland, like a Dominican? What
I
the fuck?"
the things that you do, the things that you do for your career, man,
Nah, I hear that.
but mm-mm, mm-mm. So
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
All right.
So Lucas
So,
said,
Lucas,
go ahead.
hello. Um, so one of the things I wanted to touch on when you were having a conversation about was the video that you actually posted that, like I told you in the DMs, like, yo, this shit is so true. And it was the video where you were saying that, you know, women like us that are so like sexually liberated, we want to be able to feel safe with the guy, with the sexual partner that we're with, and
Right.
not feel like, you know, we're being judged afterwards or whatever. So me and my co-host were having a conversation about it because we're both very sexually open, very sexually liberated. And we're the same when it comes to that, because I'm definitely the same way. And I've had like my homeboys make fun of me. They're like, oh, Haydee, like you always need to have a connection with a guy. You always need to have a connection. And I'm like, yeah, because I have a certain expectation that has when it comes to sex. And I want to be able to feel safe with the person that I'm having sex with. I don't want to be shamed because I like this or I enjoy this. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you're a fucking hoe or this or whatever. So we kind of pose the question within ourselves, like, is feeling safe with your sexual partner the same as feeling comfortable? Or do you think that that's two different things?
I I think that's two different things to me. I can have I can have a guy here and feel comfortable enough to have sex with him, but I'll probably give him the bare minimum. You know what I mean? To me, I need not only the comfortability, but I need the security of knowing that I'm safe with you. You know, knowing that there is no judgment. I feel like that's also where it comes from. Like, just show me that I'm able to be vulnerable with you, just like vice versa. Unfortunately, there are a lot of women that
Yeah.
do not give and do not allow a man to be vulnerable with them. They don't, the things that they say, oh, that's mad gay, or oh, this or that. I can't believe you like this. I can't believe you like that. And
Yeah.
it's just like, God damn, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of women out there that just be saying some off the wall shit, and men, that's why niggas be fucking around. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's just like, yeah, if I can't be open with my bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, just per example, just throwing it out there. Let's just say a guy wants to be milked, right? I think milking is super sexy, super fucking sexy,
I
right?
did it. Yeah.
So let's just hypothetically say that there's a guy, he wants to be milked, right? And the first thing that his chick says is, "Oh, that shit is mad gay. You want me to put my tongue in your mouth and then, you know, jerk you off and yada yada yada, whatever. That shit is mad gay." Do you honestly think that by her reacting that way, that dude is ever gonna want to be open with her? No,
No.
never, never. So I feel like there's a lot of women out here
Oh, wait,
really need.
somebody wants to join in. Hold on. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
I feel like a lot of women really need to listen to their partner. Listen to your fucking partner. Stop.
Hey, Doug.
What's going on? I love this conversation. Very mature, very grown and sexy. We doing what we do. Speaking of what she's talking about, right? I was in a restaurant right now, right? And a girl was waving. Her man was walking towards the door, and he didn't know that she sat down. So she's saying his name. So I told homie like, yo, and I reached over, and he came over, right? Now, an insecure man would have took that kind of way. Like, oh, I'm trying to be funny type shit. All I was doing was trying to help his shorty, you know, get her man in the right direction. So a lot of this tough guy stuff is really insecurity. You really overcompensating for who you not, right? So you trying to be somebody you not, and you take things ultra sensitive for no reason. So back in it, like, an insecure man would have been like, yo, you trying to be funny? But a man was like, yo, he was just trying to help me out. You ain't do nothing to me. It was all love and respect. We actually kicked it, and he's cousins with one of my favorite podcasts, right? You see how that energy came back? Now we're going to do some work together. So we secure men. We know how to have non-confrontational conversation, and we're doing it the right way.
Yeah. Have you ever been in that situation, though, like where, you know, you're open and vulnerable with a woman and she kind of like tells you like, oh, you being soft, or you know, like you're a bitch for that or whatever, and you kind of like it make you feel safe with that woman?
Of course, you know, I'm an open book, and for me,
Mm.
I've always been open with my emotions. So I know when I started to look the other way when I was with my shorty back in the day, it was exactly that. I feel like I was going through things that she wasn't willing to accept. I'm saying, or walk with me through that journey. Even when
Mm-hmm.
I started to get close to God, she wasn't trying to go down that road with me. Feel me? So
Oh
I feel like I was
wow.
always by myself. I feel like I'm so confident, and my mom raised me so independent that's
Mhm.
like I don't wait for nobody. My mother always said I ain't give birth to twins,
And
right? So I know how
you
to
should,
move on my own. Feel me? So
you should wait for anybody.
say that again.
I said you shouldn't wait for anybody.
Right? You
You
should
know
never
that.
wait for nobody. So I always knew, like, you know, I'm gonna try to be that, but I know how to keep it moving. And what's bad about me is I'm gonna keep it moving to the point where I don't notice you. And once I start to notice you, it's over after that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm gonna put my feelings on Front Street, and hopefully you accept it. Hopefully we talk through it. But if you reject me, it might be quiet after that.
But it's all about finding somebody that's like minded, and it's also it's about finding somebody that understands you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think under nobody is willing to say, motherfuckers want to be understood. That's it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of it is like y'all gotta both be trying to do the work. Like the healing can't be a one-way street. Feel me? Like I feel
Absolutely.
like we all healing from something. So if I'm doing the
Absolutely.
work and you not, like we always gonna have a little disconnect.
Yeah.
Like how
Yeah,
could
for
you really love me
sure.
if you don't truly love yourself? Like how could you really
Amen
find peace
to
if you
that.
haven't found inner peace?
You fucking right.
So
Mm-hmm.
we always gonna have a little disconnect because I've gone through my healing journey, still going through it, but I've also found peace. I've also forgiven. Like my homie earlier, he said he fucked up, whatever. I said, have you forgiven yourself? Right? Because sometimes nobody's gonna torment you than you torment yourself. Like you're gonna be your
Mm-hmm.
worst critic. So have you forgiven yourself, bro? You know what I'm saying? I know you fucked up and all that, but have you forgiven yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because once you make peace with whatever you did, you give somebody something to respect. You know? Because if you're not moving how you say you moving, then there's nothing to respect. You know what I'm saying? Even if you
I
did your
agree.
dirt and got caught. You know what I'm saying? If you apologize, but if you really moving in the right direction and you forgiving yourself, then that makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree with that. Yo, and I felt that when you was like when you doing the work and then the next person is not, and then it's like clash. Oh my God, that's so true. Because while you trying to bring peace into your life, they keep trying to bring the chaos. And
Right.
then it's just like you taking 3 steps forward and like 20 steps back type shit.
Yeah, but
So
Yeah, well,
when it
go ahead,
comes to
Mark.
like that, I think we're all grown enough right now in our lives to know when someone is not trying to bring peace into our lives.
mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to be smart about it and, cut that fat from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, but people are so into not wanting to be alone that they start to
Mm-hmm.
deal with certain shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yeah.
have to be okay with being alone,
Mm-hmm.
because my peace is my inner peace is worth so much to me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't have to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
cut people
Yeah.
off, snap of a finger, and I really don't care. But yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's some real Aquarius shit. I know. I have no problem. Like y'all can hold the grudge like a motherfucker. Listen, my grandpa was an Aquarius, and
Uh-huh.
he dead ass went like 8 years without talking to his own son. Like be in the same
It be
house. He'll ask my grandma for his own son. Like, but when he saw him, he would not say two motherfucking words. I'm like,
it. Listen, it be like, because you know what it is. At this point in life where I'm at right now, like I'm 40,
mm,
right? I just turned 40 in February, and you know. So I'm definitely very hard on myself. And I've definitely, just like everybody else, we all have a backstory. I've been through my own shit. You know what I mean? But I found peace. Like right now, I'm not dating, I'm not fucking, I'm not nothing. But I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I make myself happy. Like I am happy in life right now. You know, the only
Mhm.
thing is that unfortunately I don't have, you know, a significant other, but I'm gonna get there one day. But you know,
Mhm.
at this very moment, emotionally and mentally, I'm not equipped to give my energy, my time to anybody right now. And I say it like, you know, niggas hit
But
on me
that's
every day, and
responsible of you. That's responsible of you, right? Like if you know that you're not ready, you're at a point in your life where you're not ready to take on any relationship, you're not ready to be responsible for anybody else's like
yeah,
feelings or thoughts or wants or needs or whatever. You're making a decision that listen, I'm just not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
anybody else that's not doing the work or has doing the work, they would take the selfish route and be like, just have somebody to say they have somebody
Right,
yeah,
because they're
yeah. And
afraid to be
I'm not.
alone.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And to just take that to another level, you got to watch how you talk to yourself, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if my sister
Agree.
gonna see this or not, right? But she
I
said this
agree.
earlier. It's simple. She ain't saying nothing too crazy. But I'm into financial literacy, right? I love stocks, saving money, discipline. My word for this year is delayed gratification. So right now, I'm seeing the money that I invested 5 years ago flip 20 times, right?
Hmm.
That's delayed
Mm-hmm.
gratification. So my sister was like, "Yo, I'm gonna start investing, but you're gonna teach me, and you're gonna teach me like stocks for dummies." That dummy part aggravated me because you didn't have to say that, right? All you
Mm-hmm.
had to do was say, "Teach me, bro." That's it. But
Mm-hmm.
when you throw these words towards yourself like dummy and inadequate and all that, you talking yourself down, right? That's how you projecting this thing that I don't see. My sister's brilliant, but if you look at her, she won't say you that,
Mm-hmm.
right? 'Cause how she talk to herself, how she treat herself, how she constantly downplay herself. So however you see yourself, however you talk to yourself, that's the reality of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to win. I act like a winner. I carry myself like a winner, and I win, right?
Mm-hmm.
My whole mentality is like that. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever mentality you carry, especially into a situation, somebody can manipulate the shit out of that,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
right? So that goes into not wanting to be alone. Ties back to what you said, sis, because you don't want to be alone, because of how you talk to yourself, that little bit of courtesy that toxic ass nigga give you goes a long way. And you'll be in a whole
They'll give
situation,
you breadcrumbs and you think
right?
you're getting the whole loaf.
Oh man, facts. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
how
Yeah.
And
empty
then
breadcrumbs feel like the whole loaf.
Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
And listen, we all human. All we need is that little bit of hope. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That little bit of hope that there's something on the other side for me with you, that's all the person needs.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're not going nowhere with that person, and that person knows it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yo, I like this conversation because this goes back to like what we previously said. So, like,
Hmm.
we're a little bit of everything. Like, we talk about sex and dating, and we went to like motivational and all this other stuff. Like, I love it. Like, I love conversations that just bounce from like one thing to another, and it just creates like a bigger conversation. So,
It's a
I
fact.
love it. I love it.
No, we gotta
But
get her.
yeah.
We gotta get her in the podcast chat too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. We have a podcast business chat that
Okay.
Zoe here is the admin of, and it's every like we constantly like motivate one another. We send our content. We're like Zoe sends voice messages here. Like I'm so proud of you guys. Like y'all grinding, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. So like what he's talking
Okay.
right now is really how he be moving. So
I
I appreciate him
like
for
that.
that. Yeah, yeah. I love shit like that too. Like I be wanting to talk to people like what we doing, what we doing. Like let's get the ball rolling. What moves we making, you know?
I like that. Everybody needs
Yeah,
motivation.
yeah, for sure. So like to
No,
take
it's a
it back
beautiful
to like
thing.
what you said, um, so as far as like I agree with you. There's a difference between actually feeling safe and feeling comfortable. Like you said, when you go and you're gonna go have sex with someone, you feel comfortable, right? You got to know that person
Yeah.
enough to have sex with them, but you don't feel safe. So you don't feel safe to be who you truly are, as far as like, this is who I really am, stripping yourself naked. Like, this is what, and I mean, in all aspects, not just like literally stripping yourself naked, but like,
Yeah.
being open and honest and letting them know, like, this is what I like, this is how you satisfy me, this is what, this and that. So to answer my friend's question, my co-host, yes, there is a difference between feeling safe with a sexual partner and the difference between feeling safe and feeling comfortable. Excuse me. So, what do you think, Zoe? Do you think there's a difference between feeling safe with a partner and feeling comfortable?
Hell yeah, I got this. I was talking about. All right, so thank God my guest caught on to this. But I was like, yo, how do you sleep next to a person doing a one night stand? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like, are you restless? You knocked out? Like, that's a real question because,
That is actually a really good question.
right? How do you sleep? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you outside and all of that, and you spend the night. Like, how did you sleep next to that person? You
Okay.
I go,
comfortable? Were you restless? Like, nine times out of 10, you probably gonna go take a nap when you get to the crib. You're gonna shower, eat breakfast, and take a nap because you ain't sleep
nah,
right
I
next
go,
to that person.
You
I,
don't. Yo, you
Oh,
I go
don't.
home.
right, right. I ain't
And I
gonna
mean,
lie.
like, I've
Sometimes,
never had a one night stand. So I'm just saying, like, even sleeping over a guy's house for the first time, like,
right,
I don't sleep well because I'm a crazy
Yeah.
sleeper. I'm used to sleeping alone. I think depending of like how tired I am, I'm snoring. Like, I don't want you to see that side of me just yet.
right,
Like, you don't need to see all of that quite yet. So I'll just stay there because it'll either be late, but I'm really not getting a good night's sleep at all.
right.
At
Nah,
all.
there's definitely. I'm definitely not sleeping well. Next to a stranger, I'm not. And I'm gonna be tight because I fell asleep. I'm saying I
But
wasn't on point.
you want to know something crazy
That's
though?
funny.
When it comes to sleeping with somebody you just met for the first time, I don't know what it is,
That's
but
just that.
niggas be knocked the fuck out after they finish with me,
Not
and
me.
I just be looking at them snoring like I could
They be
literally be
drooling.
robbing
They be
Rick
drooling
right
too.
now.
They be out there drooling.
Nah, not me.
No, no, no. But I've asked myself like, how is it that I sit here, lay here, and just knock the fuck out? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm talking about knocked out. I remember this time dude was knocked the fuck out.
But that's good though. That
Yo,
means you're not giving no scammer energy.
So
You
wait,
know what I
wait,
mean?
wait.
yo.
So I'm looking at him, and you know how have you ever been to sleep and like somebody's just like looking at you, so they're like this? So
I be doing the
my face was
looking.
all,
I be
you know,
doing the looking.
and it was like,
Right.
and I'm like this, and I'm calling his name, and I'm like, yo, hey, yo. And at one point, I kind of went like that. Yo, this nigga was out, and I'm just looking at him like,
You gotta be like putting your finger under their nose. Like, did he die? Did I suffocate him?
no, oh
Like,
no, he was snoring. After I sucked the shit out of his dick, the nigga was snoring. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, my mouth is melatonin,
yo.
so oh, the nigga was snoring. But it's like I don't know how they do it
That's what
though.
I said. That's why people get robbed or caught up, slide in and out.
Right.
That's that New York mentality. Like, you ain't setting me up. I'm out of here.
That's
I'm
a fact.
sliding out.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
Yo, so I got practice with the kids in the morning, so I ain't gonna be up too late. But I appreciate y'all letting me on here.
Of
We definitely gonna have
course.
more conversations.
For sure, for
It's
absolutely.
sure.
all love. You know what I'm saying? She said, did you say your mouth was melatonin? I heard that correctly?
Yes, she
You
did
That
heard
was
me.
say that.
different.
Yes.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna bring that up on the podcast. Watch. I mean, because I'm
Melatonin
intentional like
mommy,
that.
melatonin mouth mommy.
Melatonin mommy.
You
Yeah.
can roll for that one.
Yeah. Nah, definitely. I followed you, so let's tap in and let's work.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, so y'all be good. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all time, and we're gonna get right.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Zoe.
All right,
Good
lady. Y'all
night,
be good.
Bye. Good night. All right, so we're gonna answer the last question of the night. who hurt you, bro, said, how do you all start the conversation of needs and wants and boundaries before sex? You
It's easy, my
just
love.
you just started.
You just started. Yeah, you just. I feel like um that this is why a lot of people unfortunately don't even talk about, yo, when was the last time you had a checkup, like a physical checkup, like for
Mm-hmm.
real? When was like I want everybody who's listening to this chat, both men and women, I want you to really think about the last time when you asked the person that you're fucking or want to fuck, like, yo, when was the last time you got a checkup?
Yeah.
You just have questions. Closed mouths do not get fed. I have no fucking hair in my tongue. I will ask you what the fuck I want to ask you, because at the end of the day, I'm giving you my body. You know what I'm saying? These
Mm-hmm.
precious of mine are gonna be on your cock, my nigga.
Yeah.
You and not
Yeah.
only that, but you also have to understand that everybody has their boundaries. And in order for you, even as a man, in order for you to feel comfortable, you need to set boundaries and you need to talk about it. Don't feel
Mm-hmm.
weak. Don't feel simp. Don't feel gay. It's not gay to fucking tell a bitch your boundaries. You feel what I'm saying? Like, men have to speak up just like women. Just if a bitch can ask you for $100, you can fucking go to a chick and ask that bitch, and you know what and talk to her about
Mm-hmm.
boundaries. I mean, it's having a conversation. It's all about communication, and I feel like people lack that nowadays. Transparency, communication. Me, I'm from New York. I was born and raised in New York. So when I have these conversations with men that like live that don't live in New York or are not like don't have that New York mentality, they're automatically
Mm-hmm.
thinking that I have an attitude, or like, why are you, like, they automatically think like negatively. And I'm just like, I was like, if you only knew me, I was like, I'm very calm. I'm
Yeah.
just direct. Us people from New York, we're fucking direct,
Yeah.
but absolutely it doesn't have a timetable from the very beginning. you know just say how you feel. If as a man, if you are talking to a girl that you just met and she introduces sex into the conversation, that should be your cue. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That should be your cue.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with you. If you're gonna be doing all these things with this person, you definitely, you can't be timid to have the conversation. You can't be afraid to speak about your boundaries, you know.
mm-hmm.
Um, Above all, one thing that I always do stress, and I advise to anyone that's curious, anyone that wants to try something, always know that you need to receive consent, right? So even if I've told my homegirls, because they've asked questions about like eating ass, they're like, oh, what about if I'm let's just say, for example, prior to it, he says, yeah, I'm open to it. So let's just say that you're in the middle of sex, right? And then you're like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, let me try it here. You should always ask at that moment. Don't just go for it and get kicked in the face. Like, because you're
Word, because
giving
a
him
nigga
head. Right. He kick you in your head now. Well, you got a big ass freaking lump on your head because your ass didn't even ask for consent at that moment. Because he might
word,
have said yes a week ago, but now when
word.
it's actually down to do it, he might change it. Men have the right to change their mind as well.
Uh,
So you have to
Yo,
ask,
shit.
like, babe,
Yo, I'm very vulgar. Before we have
yeah.
sex, I'm be like, this is what I want to do. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't do, I don't ask at that moment where I'm about to. I ask before I know we're gonna even get to that point. Like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
I know we're heading back to the house. Like, babe, I want to eat your ass. Can I eat your ass? I'm either
Mm-hmm.
gonna get a yes or I'm gonna
Or
get a no.
no.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I mean, you ain't never lied. Ladies,
Yeah.
stop doing that. You get knocked the fuck out.
So it's
A
always
lot of niggas don't
important. It's always important to ask for consent for anything that's going to be like you guys are going to be experimenting with.
like.
April is
Mm-hmm.
Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. So if it ain't yes, it ain't consent. Make sure you get a hard yes, not a maybe.
Yo,
Not I
what?
don't think we should do
A
a
lump on your fucking
hard
forehead.
all caps yes. If you don't get that, both men and women. It's not
Yeah.
limited to just women, both men and women. If it ain't a yes, it ain't consent. So make sure you speak on your boundaries, your wants, your needs, all of that. get tested. To reiterate what we said earlier, if you're having sex with multiple people, get tested every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you have healthy communication, and you will have an amazing sex life.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. So those are
said,
my final words.
Yeah, honestly,
to pluck
yeah,
her forehead.
absolutely. But yeah, at the end of the day, women, just be a little bit more open, be a little softer. Be Men want to be heard too, just like us women. The same things, or at least some of it, the things that we want, men want to. You know, men want to be heard. Men want to be appreciated. Men want to, men want peace. You know, men want to be left the fuck alone.
Men want
Yeah,
to
because
shut the fuck up sometimes.
Sometimes when a nigga get home, he don't want to fucking hear you complain about your job today. Like, let a nigga breathe for a couple of minutes. And it's funny because I'm that way. Like, there are times, and don't get me wrong, it's all about like give and take, right? Because there are times where, you got to hear a person out, even if you don't want to. But half the time, just leave a motherfucker alone. Because that's me. I like my me time. just leave me alone.
Too. I
Get
love my
at me like,
solitude. I love it.
yo, me too,
I will check the
for
fuck out in
real.
a room full of people. If you see me just like gazing off and I look like I'm just daydreaming, like that means that I have like checked out. My battery's a little low. I need to bring my charge my battery up a little bit. I'll be
Yep.
back. I'll do that with whoever, wherever I'm at.
Girl, I've been to parties and I've checked out. I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
For
Word.
sure. Well, we reached the end of the live, Sue. I want to thank you so much again for joining me. Hopefully, this
Thank
won't be the last
you.
time you collab. Hopefully,
Uh,
this will be the beginning of something beautiful. Um,
yes.
yeah. So make sure you guys follow Sue, follow the podcast, subscribe to her channel on YouTube.
Yes.
Follow the Ladies Pitch podcast. You already know we drop episodes every Monday. We're also on YouTube, so yeah, follow us and let us know what you guys think about the live, all that good shit. DM me, DM Sue, whatever. Thank you again, Boo. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for the
Thank you
comments, the
guys.
questions, all that good shit. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.